Hi guys. I didn't need any intro tonight. I was ready. Did you all have your Easter eggs? I'm just about to open my second one. Do you remember? Well, I don't know, but when I was younger, we used to go into school the next day, and everyone would be bragging about how many Easter eggs they got and how many Easter eggs they ate. I've had 2 anyway this year. I wanted to keep this. YouTube is telling me now as well that once this kind of ends in 30 minutes, it will take you all automatically to the one scheduled in at 11:30 my time. But I mentioned in that video, I uploaded that and I said it, and there's a little line in there where I mentioned this stuff, and I didn't want to go into it in that video. I just wanted to keep it separate. Hi Anna. Arctic. All the messages are after coming through there now at once. Hi Sherry, how are you keeping? I used to never have the Easter eggs hidden. I kind of wish I did know, because I see you see kids out there in the garden and my nephews and stuff like that, but I used to just wake up to Easter eggs all over the room. You all keep it out of trouble. But I mentioned in that video, the one I have in at 11:30 is, well, 11:30 my time, in like half an hour, is on about social media, kids, kind of mental health, and then speculating on how, say, Libby got there that day. But on that, I touch on some of the tech in Ireland. I'm not too sure whether people know that Ireland is kind of a little... We've a cheap tax rate. We've a corporation tax rate, so we get a lot of the tech companies over here. So we can be kind of... We might be a bit more up to date in this stuff than people might think. And I want to show you an article and a piece that we had in the Irish Times on the Yellow app 2 months before the girls got murdered. Hi, Sam. Guys, did any of you hear of this before last week? I don't know, I'll just kill that music because there's a bit of sound here that I want to play as well. But this was published on the 1st of December 2016. You never heard of it before, Arctic, did you? It's French, as far as I know. I think it's French developers that were into it. And like, the reason I wanted to keep it separate from the other video as well is they've come out saying they want information on this on Anthony Shots. So, like, we don't know, was he talking to any of the other girls on this, or was it Abby and Libby he was talking to on this, or was it any of the other girls? I assume it's other girls, and they're trying to get a lot of information together. They want to see how they text, how they type, if anyone tried to meet up, eyewitness accounts, that sort of thing. Hi, Raz. Does anyone know what LE is referring to when they say Anthony Shots talked to Libby about meeting up? The Anthony Shots profile talked to one of Libby's friends after the murder, saying that he was supposed to meet up, but she never turned up. There was no location. There's some channels saying that he said they were meant to meet up at the bridge or something like that. There was nothing like that at all. That's what the detectives told Kegan in one of the interrogations. But I want to show you. How do I get rid of? If I just put one up and then, yeah. So this was December the 1st, 2016. Yellow app aimed at teenagers labelled Tinder for Kids. And it's about the government's protection. Rapporteur warns about this app aimed at teenagers. And they have down here no quotes as well from some of the kids, so you'll see what they're kind of saying about it. I'll just play the video first.
Yellow it's been around.
Is that very loud?
Yellow is a new app aimed at teenagers. It's been around since summer 2016. Though those behind it say it is for making friends, Yellow has been dubbed Tinder for Kids.
So you connect your Snapchat or your Instagram account and then you're swiping right like you would on Tinder.
Young people who spoke to the Irish Times about Yellow said everyone knows it is not used for making friends, but for getting with other people and sharing photographs. Teens have told the Irish Times that they have used the Yellow app for everything from trading explicit photographs to meeting up for casual sex. It's causing alarm among child protection experts. Among those concerned about Yellow is the government's Special Rapporteur on Child Protection, Geoffrey Shannon, who says sites like these facilitating this kind of faceless, anonymous interaction aimed at young people are potential havens for predators.
That was a nice little video at the start of it, wasn't it? So this was December the 1st, 2016. A new friendship. Wait, I'll zoom in to make that a bit bigger for you so you can read it. Look at the way it makes the ad bigger as well. A new friendship app, which has become increasingly popular with Irish teenagers in recent months, is being used to exchange sexually explicit photographs and to organise meetups for casual sex. The Yellow app, which is causing alarm among child protection experts, has been dubbed Tinder for Kids and has a potential free-for-all for sexual predators. It's a French-based developers say it's aimed at children under age 17 and over. However, new users are able to sign up for membership despite indicating that they were under 17. In addition, there is no tool to verify users' ages, while users who can sign up in less than a minute, and it said, I don't know how to say it, but it said there you do it through your Snapchat or your Instagram, can specify a preference for meeting new people who are as young as 13. Warning that Yellow poses serious dangers to government's Special Rapporteur on Child Protection, said there is a clear risk here and a significant opportunity for perpetrators to target young people. Promoted as an app to make amazing new friends, Yellow is described by a succession of Dublin teenagers who have spoken to the Irish Times as being all about sex. People want nude photos, of course, totally naked, one girl said. In one case, a third-year student third year, what would that be? Maybe 15, 14, 15. In a South County Dublin school, met up with a boy she met in Yellow for, according to one of the teenagers. Users of the app are asked their gender, date of birth, location, and whether they would prefer to meet males, females, or both. They are then invited to take a selfie or use a photograph from their gallery, and then they're ready to chat. As with other dating apps such as Tinder, users can select people they would like to get in touch with by swiping right. If a user likes them, then the duo are matched. So photographs from girls all over Ireland can be viewed, many of them highly made up in revealing clothing and striking poses. One girl, aged 14, living in Dublin, said that everyone knew Yellow was not used for making friends. It was for getting with other people and sharing photographs. Another girl, also 14, living in Glasnevin, famous cemetery out there, set up a Yellow account to show the Irish Times how it works. Immediately, pictures of boys all over Ireland aged between 13 and 17 were sent to her. A number of the boys immediately asked her to trade, which she explained means trading photographs. Voicing his concern, Mr. Shannon said vulnerable children could be induced into serious risk-taking, the consequences of which could be very profound. We don't know where the people are they're interacting with. And then there's a section on grooming. There was a clear need, he said, for the passage and enactment of the Criminal Laws Sexual Offences Bill, which will help the Gardaí protect children, that's our police, from online grooming. Mary Flaherty, Chief Executive of Children at Risk in Ireland, said there should be serious alarm bells about Yellow. There is definitely a high-level risk with an app giving direct access to young people. The other prong, if you like, is that internet service providers need to demonstrate they have proper oversight of apps like Yellow, and if they don't, they should be held to account. Chief Executive of the Irish Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children said Yellow's failure to warn its users about the risks of sharing personal images is irresponsible. The Chief Executive of the Children's Rights Alliance said children must have the right to be forgotten online and to be able to have the right to have images and posts posted by them or others deleted. And the Irish Times contacted Yellow for comment, but it did not receive a reply. And that was December the 1st, 2016. And I play a clip as well in... I'll just link that in there in case anyone wants to. Where's my Navi piano? I play a clip as well in... just from Libby's grandmother kind of talking about apps and stuff. It's really... did any of you see the interview with her? Thank you so much, CCK. Thanks for that. I appreciate that. If you want to, though, you should probably, instead of the super chat, you should just join the channel. It's way, way cheaper, and you get than that, and you can get loads of extra content and videos and stuff. But Libby's grandmother, she was talking. It was very sad because she just doesn't. She said initially that when it first came out, that there was a social media connection. She was like, oh God, no, like, is there something I could have done? And then when she found out that there wasn't, bizarre. Ellie kept her secret, yeah. Then when she found out that there actually wasn't, she was relieved, because she said if there was, she would have thinking that she failed. And then, as we all know now, she found out that there actually is. So now she's thinking that she failed the girls a little bit by not talking about the apps, or even though she said Libby was into true crime. She was watched crime shows and they talked about it, so she was very surprised. But she just feels like maybe she could have done more. She shouldn't be blaming herself for all. There's nothing, I talk about it in that video, but there's nothing that she could have there's nothing she could have done. If teenagers want to keep that from you, they will. And it's a tough, is there anyone here with teenagers? And what age they got their first phone at? Because I think I think it's a tough like, I know my own sister, my nephew, he's making his confirmation this year, so he was getting a phone for his confirmation. That's 6th class, so you're about 12. And he actually got it 2 or 3 weeks ago. He got it a few weeks early. But you're under huge pressure, because it got to a stage where he was being left out. All his friends are on WhatsApp chatting and meeting up, and you don't want your kid being left out, you know? $11, $13, $10. That seems to be it. Like, you're not going to go past really 12 or 13, yeah? And like, he's going places now, so we want to be able to text him and ring him to see is he okay. Apple seem like they have good security and you can get good apps, but as Libby's grandmother says in the video, the best thing you can do is just talk to your kids and show them examples. She wants the Delphi case to be an example, so you can go to teenagers and be like, look, this is what happened. And it's the danger of some of these apps. I know, Sam, she had a brilliant, I have it in the end of the video, she has a brilliant call to action. Asking, it was something I know it's obvious, but I didn't even think about it. But she's basically asking anyone around that has phones thrown in the drawer from years ago, and anyone who has any kids or any young girls aged between 15 to 21, do they have phones up in their desk, in their bedroom, old iPhones that they were using, and maybe they had one of these apps? And just for people to check those phones and just hand it in. Hi, Julie Jules. I'm after catching behind in the chat, am I? Your daughter was 14. 14 feels like you were lucky to get away with it till 14. Isn't it crazy the way times have gone, like that we're now handing kids devices at 11, 12, 13, 14 that they're going to spend 20% of their life with their face stuck in it. Peer pressure, yeah. Like, what do you do if you can't send your child, your kid to secondary school or high school really without a phone? And it would break your heart if all their friends have one and they don't. I must have a look at the Apple one. I know you can get a lot of good apps as well, but like, what are you going to do about Snapchat when the messages are deleted straight away after someone reads them? I just think the best option is obviously board them, but just make sure you're talking to them rather than trying to spy, I think. And like Libby's grandmother said, use this as the example. Wow, my son was targeted by an online via Skype approximately 10 years ago. He used his sister's phone. That was what? How old was he, Samantha? Guys, it's deadly, and we're still in the early stages of phones and cameras, and we'll be looking back at this like it was the Wild West days, I think. And Chico, she knew exactly what it was. What's it called now? Actually, it's not yellow anymore, isn't it? It's, what is it? Yubo, YUBO, and it's still extremely popular amongst teens. YU. Oh, that was me coming back. Why originally did it not believe you? That's brilliant. That's brilliant, Jen, isn't it? That should be mandatory. Like all this stuff now. Like look at this stuff that's mandatory in schools, and we don't have anything mandatory on internet safety. Yeah. Arctic I had with he must have been about 10, 11 at the time. He was playing, I think it was Fortnite or something like that. It was one of those online games where you're playing with other people. And I was looking on his account, checking his messages, just being nosy, seeing what he was up to. And there was messages, he was 10 at the time now, there was messages from other, I don't know, was it people he was playing with or what? But they obviously got into some argument in the game and he managed to send them messages, suck my dick. I was like, what? This is when he was 10. Yeah. Yeah, we're like that now. No passwords or anything like that. But I still dare, Raz, again, if they were chatting on Snapchat, you wouldn't be able to see it. And Snapchat kind of pretends like it's not about that. That's the main reason why Snapchat took off in the first place, was people sending nudes to each other, and the fact that messages were deleted and people couldn't take screenshots. Sam, what's going on where you're living? I thought you were meant to be in the better days. 8. Oh my god. This is all nuts. Look at the amount of people in the chat alone that have experience with this stuff. The FBI only took his computers. He had 2. He was getting 20 girls to send him pics. Jesus. My 14-year-old knows more about online predators than I did. She's had predators try and talk to her. Very scary world we live in. How did they try it, Jen? Was it just online Snapchat, Instagram, or they can get them now through anywhere. They'll get them through their PlayStation. Samantha, I can't believe that. What's Roblox? Is that some kids game? ROBLOX. Roblox, a global platform that brings people together through play. This looks like a young kids game, like Minecraft or something, is it? Did you see, Raz, one of the videos that I have on the child abductions? I think it's the smaller kids one, maybe the second one. But at the end of that, they're all the situations and that are kind of set up. So they set up there's a few girls, and your man pulls up and says these cupcakes, and they all wander over. They're jumping up and down, delighted. And afterwards, their parents are giving out to them. And they're all shocked, even through this. The parents are like, my kid won't fall for that. They know I talk to them. And you see the young girl, she's looking at her mother. She's like, Mom, it wasn't a stranger. It was a nice man. So she just completely separated the stranger and the nice man part. And the mother was just looking at her shocked. Indiana State Police Radio had one in January 2017. I didn't know that at all. I'm going to have to search that. I wonder why they did that. Was there something happening with young people getting something triggered that? Sam, that's terrible. Because like even things like Cleo Smith, I don't think they bring that up to her when she's at home, or since she was found. And I was thinking when I was watching it, maybe you're better off not bringing it up because you want that memory to kind of fade. Whereas in your case here, if you're being made do stuff like that, he's never going to forget about that. Yeah, they're always going to find. There's a big difference as well, even with that. Or am I on 29? I'll go till 31 here, and then I think if I end this. But the Cleo Smith case in Australia, how they processed the data there, they were able to take basically anyone that hit a tower. So because there wasn't that many, pull everyone's data off that and work their way backwards. Delphi couldn't do that. I'm not sure can they do it now, but you can't do that over in the States because you need a search warrant. Even though you can't, they want to be able to go in and track EMI numbers. off the phones and then work your way backwards kind of off that, like Australia did. Australia didn't care. They were like, we're going to break the rules. And if we break the rules, we'll just change the law. Whereas there was a lot of stuff happening in the States when this happened with the girls. And as far as I know, they haven't got, or they can't get data like they can in Australia. Just to be able to show, right, there's 200 people in this area. So we're going to get all their data and then work our way backwards and see if we can get it down to a short list of 10, 5, see where we go. I think they need specific search warrants and probable cause then. Australia is awesome. They don't care. They were just like, we're going to do whatever we can. We'll break our own rules and we'll make new laws if we have to. Right, I'm going to end this, and then if you all stay there, I should take you straight into the other video. Alright, thanks. Good luck. God bless. Talk to you in small bit.